console drop at some point?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, because remember how I said it's like kind of bowed? Well, like the disk drive is kind of bowed too a little bit. It's like pushing up on the panel right here. I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think it just.
Probably. I don't know. I moved it twice. I'm at home, but I stand it up though. So I think like, okay, going back, like, okay, when I get to the stage, just start leaning down more, but like, I be on it at work, so I be on it at work, and then I be on it at home. Like I said, sometimes I do it twice a day.
Smells a little dirty. A little dirty in here. You had like any overheating problems with it, like where it randomly turns off or anything? Okay.
But this past month or two, it's probably been like more, or it's like signal city.
Yeah, as long as it's not like turning off or anything, it should be good.
One thing I said is not wrong with it. It's a bare PS5. So we got a bare PS5.
Get this down here. Orientation is locked. Why does it say that? Hang on, maybe I gotta change my settings. Reapers.
Hi, I was wondering if you guys would look at Game Boys to fix.
We don't work on those, unfortunately.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye.
You said what? Yeah, I know. I get calls about Game Boys and stuff like that all the time. The problem is with like those older consoles and stuff, when you take them apart, they're sometimes they'll be like really brittle, and so like things will just break, even just taking them apart. Oh. A little crooked. That should be on that better now. Alright, that looks good. Just gotta wait for it to cool down now.
Okay.
So they use this liquid metal in here. This is also why you should lay it down.
So what?
They use this liquid metal to like cool the system down. In the past, they used something called a thermal paste. It was almost like toothpaste consistency. This is more of like a liquid. So whenever it's standing up, like you can see, there was like a kind of like a bare spot right there.
Yeah.
I put some of it back where it's supposed to be. It should be fine because like the heatsink side, like all of it's stuck where it's supposed to go. But it can cause overheating issues, which is why I was asking you if it would like turn off or anything like that. Which is also another reason to lay it down because then it just contains it in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pull in well. Oh, you want that part inside there? Oh, I didn't know. Because what? Got better and put it fucking on.
Tema O2. Alright.
How far you from the crib?
I'll leave it. Portrait there. Thanks for the suggestion.
Why you say one?
You're welcome.
Why you say one?
Alright. I'm gonna test these a bit. Boom.
It works.
Yep, you can come take a look.
How you know the monitor? Where you get that monitor from?
Good to go.
That's crazy. So
But
is
yeah, I definitely recommend laying it down like this because if you stand it up, it's just gonna keep breaking. Yeah, I don't know if you saw our sheet here, but look, straight PS5 HDMI is all of those.
Yeah. Damn, that just sucks.
Yeah.
So lay it this side up right here.
Yeah, where this little, you see this little logo here? That's where the PlayStation logo normally is. Like on the panel, if you had the panel on here,
Mm-hmm.
that side would be up. So yeah, where the disc drive's on the bottom.
Okay. And it works now for good, like, cause sometimes I have to wiggle the cord. Or...
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
Yeah, the port that you had in there was kind of crushed. So, and it's probably just like you said, you move it a bunch.
Mhm.
So it probably just got bent a little bit when you were unplugging it one time, and then from there it just like caused problems. But
Yeah. Let me meet you right back. I think it's the car. Let me meet you right back. I'm gonna go to the car. How much is it? 135.
using cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, you're fine. I don't want the $5, man.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm good.
Thanks, man.
So let it dry a little bit. Keep it in my. I'm just gonna have it in my bag till I get home.
What do you mean?
I'm just having it in my bag till I get home.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing you need to be concerned about is just laying it down. That's pretty much
I'm
it.
probably gonna lay it down in the car. But
Yeah.
I probably will never stand it up. I thought it was supposed to stand it up.
I know, that's how they advertise it. They were actually
Yeah.
sued for it, like the first year they came out with it
Yeah.
and swept it under the rug, so.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I appreciate you though.
Yeah, for sure.
If I need anything else, I'll just give you a call.
Alright, sounds good, man.
All right.
Yep. Whoa. I need to clean this place up a little bit. You like my little stack here? A little stack of I think I have an appointment for 11. Yeah, those HDMI ports on the PS5 break all the time. Look, I mean these are from PS5s right here. I don't know if you know what these are. These are the warranty stickers. So each one of these is from a single PS5. I got a bucket too. Watch this. Look at this bucket. I like showing this bucket on. Busted HDMIs. It's got analogs and stuff in there and some one controller motor, I guess, or two controller motors, but yeah, I fixed a lot of these ports, so busted HDMIs. Yeah, hopefully I'm busy today though. Usually Wednesdays are like my busier days. Oh, you run a shop too? Sweet. Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I know these things break all the time. You probably know that. We'll see though. Oh, I didn't realize that I showed his face a little bit. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oops. I'll put this back real quick. What area are you in? You charge $150 for a PS5? Yeah, that's what I used to charge. But yeah, do you have a lot of competition? Yes, I do. That's what I was just about to say. Yeah, I have a lot. Here, I'll flip the camera around. I'm not very pretty, but just be a little bit more personable this way, I guess. But yeah, this down angle looks bad on me. It's alright. Yeah, no, for some reason, like, I don't know, people, they saw how good I was doing, I guess, and they wanted to do it too. Oh, you're in Illinois? Are you like in a big city in Illinois? Because I'm right next to Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's crazy. Some of these people, though, they running out of like their crack houses. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I charged $150 before to do it. I always do mine like my competitive side, I guess, is like doing it quick, but also I have really good quality. So as you may have seen, I mean I've only been live for like 30 minutes now, and I've already fixed one. So I always tell them it takes about 30 minutes. By the tip of Iowa and Illinois. I have no idea where that is. Oh man, not very good with geography, but good for you though. I mean, good for you. Do you work on other stuff too? Work on like phones and stuff? I just work on game consoles now. I am good quality and fast. Yeah, yeah, because it's unbeatable, right? It's better to be fast. Fast and have like I would say like mid-range price too. So, like where I'm at, like some of the box stores, like U-Break got fixed. I don't know if they have those there, but they charge like 200. Some of them charge like 250. You stop doing phones, yeah. Phones are. I'll leave that to the other people in the area. Yeah, I don't do phones. There's too much with phones. There's like. Yeah, so you have the same problem, 250, 300. But yeah, there's too much problems with phones, like too many, I mean, too many problems with phones. Like the customers that bring in phones too, they're less likely to pick it up again, which is really surprising. Or they'll like break it again almost immediately and then try to, bring it back to you and stuff like that. I worked on like maybe a couple phones, and it's not like I had any problems with those customers, but I just foresaw that it could have been like a pretty bad, I guess it could have been like a downfall. So I just decided not to do it at all and just focus on consoles. Oh, what's up, Megatron? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm all the way on Matthews now. I moved from I was in Scott Futrell, you know that, and then I moved down to South Tryon. And it was like bad business down there, so and I hated like the traffic and stuff too. It's just no good down there. So I left and then moved over into Matthews now. I'm like less than a mile off of 74. But yeah, it's those big box stores. I mean, you know about that, Tima O'Toole. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know, maybe Tim O'Toole. Computer repair. Originally always repaired consoles. They repair all video game consoles, arcade machines, and computers. Yeah, yeah. So that's good. I mean, you're probably doing better off than me, I would say then, because I stick to just port repairs for the consoles. Do cleanings and stuff too, but let's see. How's it going?
You got an appointment to get my PS5 fixed?
Oh yeah. It's on right there. It depends. Like sometimes like the past year without stuff on the door. But it's some of them just pop off. You don't do. But that's one. Possible. It depends. But I wouldn't get too concerned about it. Not yet. Not so good. Oh, I got another one in here.
What is the date? The 22nd?
Let me see.
The 3rd, right?
22nd. You were right the first time.
You need my electrical book?
No, you can hang on to that. Yeah, let me just make sure this is on there. Yeah, it's going through right now. Yeah, we're in a decent price. It's crazy. You come out with them at a certain price and then they keep selling it every year.
Thanks, buddy.
Ugh. South Tryon was a bad location. I would have thought you would get more business. I did get more business in that area, but take about an hour and 15 to fix an HDMI port. That's not bad to me. Yeah, South Tryon though, it was a good location for business, but I was sharing that space, and I was just in the space and the people I was sharing it with, like it was just like bad business. I didn't want to be a part of it anymore, so I had to leave. Whole bunch of stress with that, and I'd rather stress about, you know, work, not my actual location, but just work that I do. So it was just unneeded stress. I had to leave. Yeah, man, I haven't seen you forever. Man, I hope you're doing good. I know you had that car mechanic stuff going on. I hope that's going good for you too. funny thing about wearing gloves. Drew my gloves up in. Ugh. That's good, man. Busy's good, right? Slims are faster. Slims may be faster. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're faster. They could be. I know, like, when I was in my older facility, it was like a colder space, right? So, like, it would take longer for me to, like, do the actual soldering, but the board would cool down a lot faster. So my turnaround time, I think the fastest turnaround time I had on a PS5, it wasn't a slim, it was a regular one, but it was like 15 minutes, which is crazy for full HDMI repair and everything. But now I'm in like a nicer office, I guess you could say, and it's it's like warm in here, which is way better than it being cold. I'd rather be warm than be in a cold office again. That sucked. Less screws, yeah. Is there less screws? I don't really count them. You can see that this one has a. Look at that liquid metal though. It's not even where it's supposed to be at all. It's crazy. Hopefully I can get over here. See all my other ports here that I haven't piled in my bin yet. See if I can move this over. So you can actually see me do the port. I'm not sure if it'll work. I remember, I just did it like the other day. I was doing a controller the other day. My phone kept focusing on the light from my microscope. Yeah, see, why is it not? Here, maybe I have to angle this more. It's just gonna focus on my leg now, watch. Alright. Let's hope. That's not bad. Alright, so obviously this one's pushed back there. The port is pushed back in the middle. Hopefully there's no torn pads. It's gonna be a pain. So, let me put my flux where I normally would put it so that it falls through there and gets each one of those pins. Yeah, hopefully there's no ripped pads. So that's always a pain. I'm not too bad at doing ripped pads, but if there's like more than 3, or if there's like some that are like back to back, like right next to each other, then I typically don't even do it, to be honest with you. So hopefully there's not too much damage in here. We'll see though. Yeah, look at that, 43 minutes on live. Thanks for everyone watching too. Every view matters to me. I appreciate it. Like, I'm gonna start going live more often. I went live the other day too. But you've done 12? Jeez. Like in a day? And if you did 12, did you do it, like what season was it? Was it during the winter time? 'Cause that's usually when I pick up, like big time. Oh, you're probably not gonna be able to see this. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see this because I gotta be able to see through mine. Oh, ripped pads. Oh, 12 ripped pads, yeah. Most I've done in a day is 5. Oh, okay. Nice. I don't even know how many I've done in a day. Whenever it's like around Christmas time, I remember I was so busy. I literally I wasn't even working like my full 8 hours or whatever, and I was so slammed. I couldn't even eat, couldn't go to the bathroom or anything else. It was like back to back to back to back to back. You done 12 rip pads. That's really good. Yeah, I pretty much just, to be honest with you, I don't waste my time with it. I know it's like it's money, and still, but for me, I just rather not do it because there's always more potential. Like later on, somebody else can bring in a console later on in the day or something, and I'd rather just be available for that when it comes in. So if it has too many ripped up pads, I just don't even worry about it, honestly. Yes. Yes. That's what we're talking about. You gotta see it first. That is perfect. Look at this. Oh, come on, no focus on the floor. No ripped up pads. Look at that. That's a good thing about the Slims. They are less likely for those pads to rip up. I don't know why. I don't know how it happens. It's just less likely for the pads to rip up on them. I do have to put some more flux on that area though. After 3, it's a job. That's for sure, right? Yeah, there's people who will take on those ripped up pads and stuff. Like they'll take that on in this area. I think it doesn't mean that they actually are able to do it, which is kind of crappy too, because they charge like diagnostic fees or bench fees, and then they'll actually like just leave the console and then charge people. I've heard so many bad stories about this kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy. That's why I'm so honest with my business. I'm very transparent. I do have really bad ADHD though, so occasionally I have to like try to force myself out of procrastination. So I'll have to like go do something for a little bit and then come back to work. I know it sounds wild, but it's really hard for me to focus. Ooh, for too long. It didn't even knock the capacitor off. I'm sure you've had a ton of those capacitors get knocked off right there. It didn't even knock it off. You probably can't even see it. Yeah, it's like focusing on the edge of the board right here. Your goal is to fix every console. That's good. Yeah, that's definitely good. I was like that before too. But the problem with that is I would get so caught up, because once again I have ADHD, so I get so caught up in one console. But if it was like more broken than other ones, I would spend literally all day. Even if I had other people come in afterwards, I would make them wait before I worked on their console, because I'm really stubborn in that sense, I guess. So. It's one of those things where like I either get caught up in it and I want to do it, and then like I keep doing it all day until I fix it, or it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, I'm not even gonna do this. And what usually works better for me is to just not do it if it's too damaged. I feel like the quality is kind of crap on here, the camera quality. I wonder if I stream from like a streaming app, if that would be better. Alright, that doesn't look too bad. Had to learn to let some go. Yeah. Yeah, there was a guy who came in here one time, and he had like a console, and every single one of the pads was ripped up. And I was like, look, dude, I think he tried working on it himself, and I was like, look, dude, I don't think don't think I can do this. Like, it's just too big of a job for me. And this was like a couple years ago when the PS5 was still like fairly new. And he ended up like selling it to somebody on Facebook Marketplace. And then that person brought the console to me. And I was like, oh man. And I know that because I leave notes every once in a while. Like, I'll write with Sharpie on the inside of the that top like heat sink aluminum panel, or not aluminum, but the top like panel that's on top of the motherboard. I'll write notes on there so that if anybody else or me, if I get a console again, then I'll know. And I wrote on that one that all of the pads were ripped up. Yeah, I've actually had that happen a lot, where I would tell people like I couldn't fix their console, and then they would put it on Facebook Marketplace, and then somebody else would bring it to me. But if everything's good, then I don't leave any notes. I don't feel like I need to. All right, that looks good. They always come back to me. Even like, I don't know, I guess like a bunch of the shops in the area, they like hire outside people to do their soldering work, and so they'll like botch people's consoles up, and then those people end up bringing their console to me like right after. Or they'll the console will work for like a minimal amount of time, and then they'll end up bringing it to me anyways. So three people in your area? Dang, that competition must be nice. There's like, I don't even know, like 20 in my area. Which is, I mean, I still get a huge, amount of people that come in just because of my reviews. My reviews are so good. I'm so thankful for all my customers who leave me such good reviews. And so, like, and not only that, but I, like, worked on, like, getting the SEO figured out. And even though I'm, like, super small, it's just me. And even though I'm, like, super small, like, I still pop up, like, first or second on, like, Google SEO, like, maps, or even with AI now. If people ask AI, then I, like, pop up first, which is pretty cool. So, Megatron, that's why I don't buy used electronics. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You never know what you're getting. Too many people are dishonest too. It's pretty hard to buy electronics. I thought about doing a thing where people could like do like Facebook Marketplace sales and stuff for like electronics in my shop. That way it's like we can like test them here and make sure everything works. And people don't get like scammed out and stuff, especially after the robbery. I don't know if you heard about that, Megatron, but there was a robbery like up north where somebody got shot selling a PS5, which is crazy. Nice, Timmer. Those are good reviews, man. I have some bad reviews. I've had some bad customers here and there, and then like the previous owner of this business, which was like more than 3 years ago now, he had some bad reviews before too. But it's not to say that I haven't gotten bad reviews. I've gotten a couple here and there. Probably have like 8 bad reviews maybe, which seems like a lot, but I have like 300 and something reviews, so you can't please everyone. Even and then some people like they just consistently break stuff. So like they'll break like the HDMI port over and over again, and then eventually they'll just blame me for it, even though I have like warranty and stuff like that. They won't go through it, and they'll just leave me bad reviews. So yeah, this port looks good on there now. I'm just thankful that none of the pads are ripped up. I didn't feel like doing one of those jobs, especially on on YouTube Live. This is the port that came off. You see how it's pushed back there. Look how far back that's pushed. See, it looks like it could have ripped up some of the pads. You see those pins lifted up like that? Crazy. And then the gate's wide open. I call this thing the gate. The little metal piece here. It's flipped up. See if we can push it forward. Ugh. Yeah, see. Now you can see it's pushed forward. And then this gate closes here. Like that. So yeah, you can tell that thing was pushed way back in there. Habitual breakers, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it's not their fault. Yeah, that's right. Tell me about it. That's so true. The other one is like whenever like the tab in the middle of the HDMI port is broken, I always tell them you need to get a new HDMI cord, because if you don't, the HDMI cord is gonna break the new port that I just put on there, and then they'll go home and they'll use the same cord. They'll completely disregard what I said. Use the same cord, plug it in, and then they'll call me and they'll like cuss me out and stuff. I'm like, did you get a new cord? And then they're like, well, I used one I had at the house, and I'm like, yeah, but you gotta get a new one. And then they're like, oh no. Like I had some guy who like literally did that. He called me, he's like cussing me out and stuff. I asked him if he bought a new one. He said no, I used one from the house. And I said, okay. I was like, you can just bring it up tomorrow, we can test it out. Or you can just buy a new cord, like it's up to you. And he ended up bringing it up to, no, he didn't bring it to my shop. This is a different one. He didn't bring it to my shop. He ended up buying a new HDMI cord, and then he plugged it up and everything worked. He actually called me back and apologized, which is crazy. I've never had somebody do that. Megatron, so that comes from the jam and the HDMI into it. Yup. Yeah, so whenever they shove the cord in, especially like once it starts to come loose a little bit and they're not getting signal, people love to push that thing back in there. And they don't realize that when they push back in there, if that gate opens, it can completely rip up those pads that all the pins connect to on the port. It can rip those up, or it could like knock off all the components behind it. So, how's it going? How can I help you? All right. Ugh. Just got another slim in. This one, the port's like super loose, and like I was just saying, like they took it somewhere else, and they said like they also took a computer there, and the computer's also messing up. So I don't know what I'm gonna see in this one. We might get a good one here. We might get a good one. Might be super messy in there. See, I'm excited because I'm live and I get to open it. If I wasn't live, I wouldn't be excited right now. You never know what these other places do. You never know. Gosh, this one had none of the liquid metal where it's supposed to be. I think the board's cool enough. So. Yeah. What we got here? Oh, you can see. Well, I don't think that's matter. Had a guy bring me one that it looked like someone slammed it on the ground. I put a new HDMI port in and it was gone. I like seeing stupid stuff in Tales, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I actually had one that, this was crazy. Well, I actually have a score too, so I'll tell you about my score real quick because it's pretty funny. So I have a Reaper's Electronics, which is my business. I have Reaper's Electronics versus Girlfriends and Wives. And so far, I think I'm like 7. No, more than that. It's like, it's pretty high. I don't know the exact number, but I know that all girlfriend and all wife damage from them like destroying the consoles, I fixed every single one of them, which is kind of like a funny fact, I guess. But I wish I would have kept score. I gotta start keeping score of that because that's pretty funny. But I actually had one come in that was in a house fire, and it melted. Completely melted. I had to use I have like a Dremel tool. I had to use a Dremel tool to saw the side plastics off of it so I could even open the console. And the person wanted me to salvage it still, so I was like, alright. And even paid like my fee back then, but that's when they first came out, so I'm putting it back together for you right now. Yeah, no crazy damage in it, which is good, so.
Awesome, thank you. That was my goal.
Yeah.
Every time, man.
Yeah, I had a fire, one that went through a fire, and it was completely stuck together. And somehow I managed to fix it. It was like all melted, didn't even look like a PlayStation 5. Third one since I've been here, yeah. Yeah, I know. Like I said on my live, I think I said it yesterday. No, that was my other channel. I said on my other channel yesterday that Tuesdays, nothing happens. But Wednesdays, for some reason, Wednesdays are super busy. They'll probably slow down after these ones. Usually goes morning, and then there's a break, and then it goes late afternoon.
There, damn.
You said what?
How
screws in there. A lot.
Yeah, they got a lot of screws. Hang on, let's screw that one out. Oh. I'm an idiot. Alright. All these clean consoles, that's funny. The next one will be.
You think she was laying that on its side, or does it need to be upright? It has to lay on its side? I've been using it upright.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
I'll tell you that. Okay, so whenever I open yours up, they use a liquid metal inside of them to cool it down instead of like a normal thing.
Yeah.
And that liquid metal just can't really sink to the bottom. It doesn't even efficiently like.
I didn't know it was supposed to be on its side, because it comes across like it's supposed to be standing up and down.
Yeah, well that's what I always tell people too, is like they advertise it standing up like that. But
so how should it be, just like that, or the other way, or does it not
yeah,
matter?
just laying down just like this. So
It doesn't matter if the
where this
seams-
logo is facing up
Really, that's so awkward.
and the disk drive's on the bottom here.
Just like that. That's how
They actually come. I don't know if they come with it out of the box or not. I know like a lot of people have them, but there's like these little like A-shaped like stands.
Oh, I threw that shit away. I didn't know what it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they like plug into like the side of the console on that side, and it like keeps it like level so it doesn't like teeter or anything like that. But
It'll be fine like that though.
yeah, but that's it right there.
Hey, it works. You're the
Yep.
man,
Good
dude.
to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
glad it was an easy fix. Service was spectacular. So
I appreciate that.
I bet you get some nasty PlayStations in here.
I do. Yeah, I actually have like a lot of bugs too that come in, like cockroaches.
For, like, the
These
PlayStations
things.
and
Yeah,
shit?
that's disgusting. Yeah, I know. That's why whenever people call me about cleanings, especially for these ones, I'm like, "Does it have bugs in it?" I ask them that every time.
And they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, some people are like, "What? No."
No, it was just kind of sleep. Yeah, look at all that dust and shit.
It's
Mhm.
gross. Mine's not that bad.
No, yours is fairly clean. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
How'd you like to pay today? Cash card.
Card, please.
Card. Okay. So it'll be 140.
How's business overall?
It's pretty good.
Are you busy?
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Making a living here?
It always like varies. Like during the winter, it's higher.
Of
Like
course,
I get,
everybody's at home, right?
Yeah.
It's the holidays and all that.
Yeah, especially around Christmas time, people try to fix these consoles to re-gift them. So yeah,
Kind of shady.
Alright, you can just hold your card to the back of the phone here. Alright. It'll ask you how you want your receipt. That's another slide. Move that out of the way.
You're good, dude. I don't know either. Here we go. It's crazy. Check. Okay.
Alright. And you are good to go.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll recommend you guys to
I
everybody know.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright. Get back to it over here. Yeah, this one's not as nice. even that customer that was just was talking about how this one's dirty. This one's not too dirty, but look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Working out of your house, you definitely gotta be careful of bugs and stuff like that. You definitely don't want those in your house. Hey, why is my comments not working on hang on a second. Oh well, I guess my comments aren't working on my live. It's alright. Just look at them over here. But yeah, having bugs in there, whew, let me tell you. I always tell people, if they're alive, I'm not going to work on it. They got to be dead first. So what I tell people to do is I tell them to put it in a bag, double bag it with like a trash bag. Don't tie it by the drawstrings, but tie it by the actual bag so it's completely sealed. Tell them to leave it in a freezer for an entire week, and it works every single time. And then they bring it back to me. When they bring it back, they're all dead. That's the only solution. There's no other solution. You can put like all the bait, all the traps, all that stuff. Nothing's gonna do it. But if you put it in a trash bag, tie it off, put it in a freezer for a week where the Freon can't get inside the system, it's going to kill all of the bugs, and it works perfectly, flawless. Alright, so we can see that this warranty label has been taken off. So like this lady said, she said that the guy might have been kind of sketchy who fixed it last time. So, I mean, they did number it, so they're probably not very experienced. So hopefully it's not too bad in here. It is pretty dirty inside though. Not like horrible, but yeah, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea too. Yeah, put it in a container and spray it. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I made at my last place that I was at. I made a container. You know those like old school like sci-fi movies and stuff where they have like the rubber gloves inside of like that box, and it has like the tube arms or whatever, so that they can like touch aliens and stuff inside the box. I made one of those for consoles. I used PVC, or not PVC, air ducting. Like that metal air ducting that it's like made out of like metal, and it's got like expands and stuff like that. I used that, and then I got some like of those rubber kitchen gloves and put it around that, and then duct tape it, and then taped it to the box. That way I could work on the consoles without them escaping. But it was just too much work, honestly. So I was just like, this is a lot easier. I'll just tell the customer to do this, just because, for one, it'll actually get rid of them so that they don't have the issue anymore. And then for two, it's just easier for me because then they're all dead, so I don't have to worry about them infesting my stuff or other people's consoles. So. Spray. Yeah, I always keep traps out too. You don't have a good track record with Roche consoles. Yeah, they're so common too. It's so common. That's why I always ask people. I don't know if you guys could hear me talking to my customer, but I always ask people if they had cockroaches in their thing. If they come to me about a cleaning, I always ask them if they have cockroaches, because a lot of times they don't know if they do or not. So. But yeah, very prominent, and some people get offended. They'll be like, "No, I don't have them." They'll be like, "What?" And then you got the people that are like, "Oh, I don't know." Then you got the people who just don't care, and they'll say no, and then they'll bring it in, and they'll have a fat, nasty German cockroach. Just the worst. Reapers.
Yes, I have a question on repair.
Okay.
I have a proprietary charger for a fitness band, and the end of the USB-C plug broke. Do you replace things that are plugged up, just rewire the end of the plug?
We don't do that, unfortunately.
Do you know anybody that does? Because this company, all their support's through chat. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who would take on something like that, to be honest with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wait, what? They've just replaced before? They did. I don't know what's going on. That's kind of suspicious though. The tabs are broken on this ribbon cable here. They didn't know how to open this right. And they didn't put the screws back. 1, 2. Oops. And they freaking torqued these down. Look at that. I've had some of these consoles where I get them in and this bracket right here was upside down. And I don't know if you know about that or not, but if the bracket's upside down like that, blue light of death. If you flip the bracket back over the correct way and put it back together, I'll say there's probably a 90% chance that it's gonna have the blue light of death after that. Had that happen before, and I put this guy's console. I told him what happened, and I put it back together with the bracket the right way. And sure enough, it had the blue light. And so I told him, I said, man, I think I might have to, oh, this looks horrible. What the heck is going on back here? Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing. But I told him I'd have to put the bracket back the other way in order for the console to work. And sure enough, I put it back the other way and it ended up working. So I don't know where that console's at now. It's probably no good, but I got a little friend here to show you guys. You ready for this? What do we have? What do you think this is? Can I get it to where it'll focus? There we go. What do you think that is? Looks like a fly. Got a fly in here. Yeah. Yeah, the port on this one, the port on this one looks really jagged. Messed up. I don't know if I'll be able to show you the back of it, but you can kind of just tell. See how it's like that weird, like, tannish color? I don't even know what's going on, but I can tell that those pins aren't connected. Just wasn't put on right or something, I don't know. That's alright. They brought it to the right place for sure. Take care of it now. Ooh. Do you tin the ports, Timmy? Timma? Do you pre-tin your ports? Find that always helps with not getting cold solder joints. Yeah, getting that solder on there like that makes it so much easier, makes it so much faster too. You don't pre-tin them? Oh yeah. Yeah, it just makes it to where you can like work faster. It's hard though because you can like bridge the pins really easily doing it, but you just gotta be super quick. Oh yeah, you definitely have to do the Nintendo Switch ports. Yeah, I know. I figured that out the hard way too. After you put, because of those, dang it, what am I talking about? The first row of those pins that are underneath the port. Poof. You know what I'm talking about. You probably figured that out the hard way too. I actually had a business reach out to me. They wanted me to sponsor it. Here on my YouTube channel. I don't know why. I've had like 3 or 4 different businesses call me to sponsor, but I haven't taken any of them up. I guess it's just because I'm not too savvy with social media. But one of them was PCB Way, which they always try to get tech people and stuff like that. But this other one, it was like a business that saw my Nintendo Switch repairs and actually contacted me for those where the port goes. So normally if like pads get ripped up and stuff like that, on the switches, like it's super hard to fix it because the second row of, or the first row of pins is underneath the port, so it's kind of hard to retrace those ones. And so they make like a piece that you can like solder the port to it, and then you solder the connections behind it, and it's just like a ribbon cable. And and then you can just solder it directly to the board. And then none of the pads like on the actual port itself are actually connected to the, or none of the pins on the port are connected to the pads on the board. It's just connected to this ribbon cable, and then the ribbon cable connects behind it to all the right connection points. and then from there you just like put the feet through the board and you solder it back together, and it works perfectly. It's actually pretty crazy. I should have done that one because that sponsor would have been great. They gave me like I can't remember. I think they wanted to like discount me or something like that. Like they would send me some, and then they would they would make me a code where if people bought them using my company's code or whatever, then they would get a discount on them. I should have done it, but like I said, I'm so bad at social media. So I'm sure I'll have more opportunities though once that come along. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit more, just because I don't like when other people like they use like super toxic flux. I don't like that, so my flux is a little bit cleaner than what most repair places use, and it's not sticky or corrosive. I've noticed that. I might have to put some new solder on these pads. They're kind of flat, but I have noticed that some of the flux that companies in this area use eat away at the motherboard, like the green part of the motherboard. It just completely eats it, and so I'll open these up and the motherboard will just be like dissolving. Which is pretty crazy. What am I using for flux? It's some like Chinese brand. I don't know if it's like, this is it. Good luck ordering it, right? Thankfully, I like have it from the past. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. It's just, this is it. But this stuff works great. It's almost like water when you're using it versus like other flux, how it's like a thick syrup. This is super, super thin. But it works great for me. Like it works so good for me. I have not switched up flux at all. Like this is my go-to. Alright, let's see if I can put new solder on this without, I don't think I'm gonna be able to, but without knocking the capacitor off the back, which is my favorite pastime. See, these ones are the hard ones. These two on the end. Oh, that's good. Nice. Come on. Alright, that worked out. Oh, you guys can't even see it though. It's so blurry. I hate that it's blurry. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna be able to see those pads on there, but they're all good now. They all have my solder on there. Yeah, super clear. Yeah, this flux is so much better. Not only that, but like, I don't know what they use, but the flux that these other places use is like, it's awful. Even though like it like turns like black, so it's like burning too. Like mine doesn't turn black. You can even see where it kind of caused some corrosion right here. This is what I'm talking about. See that? Where it's like corroded right there? I don't know if you're able to see that, how not clear my camera is, but see, I like to use a heat gun. I don't just use a soldering iron because it takes too long. And then I just feed some of my solder through the feet holes here, because then it pulls the solder that's down below, it pulls it up into those holes so that the feet are more connected through the board, which makes like a a break off when it like breaks through the board or whatever, the feet break through the board, it makes those a lot less likely. King Bo. Oh, you watch Northridge Fix? Yeah. He's really good. When I tried to work on other stuff, I was watching him a little bit, but I eventually just came down to this being my niche business that I do. So I only do HDMI ports for consoles, and then I fix stick drift, but only for PS5 controllers, and I only put Hall effects or TMRs in. I don't put the regular analogs because they're just going to drift again. And then with that new GUI tool, you can literally just plug it up, and even if you like drop the controller or something like that, for the customers, I always tell them the benefit is even if you like drop the controller or something, you can just plug it up to a computer and just recalibrate it. So it's basically making it to where they probably won't ever have to buy another controller if they don't want to, unless they like break the sticks physically. But that's the only reason why I offer that. And the only reason I even work on the PS5 controllers is because they're in such demand. I had too many people calling me about them to turn it away anymore, so I just started to do it. But I had to wait until I was like comfortable again with repairing them, because I was having such a problem with the regular analogs in the past, and trying to get them to seat right, that I just like gave up. And then I just decided to do the Hall effects and TMRs only. And then they came out with the GUI tool, and I was like sold. So yeah, a lot of people like send me controllers and stuff too. There is one customer though that I was working on his controller recently. He sent to me, and I couldn't figure out why. I put Hall effects in it, and I could not figure out why. So it was doing what I call as a quadrant drift, which means like it like registers in each one of the quadrants when you have it plugged up, and it's like all the way over. So it's like it will not register in the center at all. Like even if you like move it, it won't go to one side. It'll stay in that quadrant. And that was just like so frustrating. And I took that controller apart and put it back together probably like 6 times, and I could not figure it out. I tested like all the components around it and everything too, and could not figure out why it wasn't. And I ended up plugging it in the other day, and just, you know, after taking it apart and testing all the components, and then like, so if you have it like plugged up with the battery, and then you have like the cable plugged in, and you have it plugged up to the computer, just the board itself, not the whole controller, just the board and the battery, you can plug it up to the computer. And I was like running my fingers along the components to see which components like actually cause the drift for that side, which is the left side, and it was like the top of the board. And then I was like touching the holes around it too, and it was just, I could not figure it out. But I put it all back together and tried to recalibrate it again, and something happened, and all of a sudden it just worked. So so I didn't charge the customer though, because I had this controller for so long. I felt so bad, but so I just sent it back to him, and I told him to. I like wrote a note in there, and I was like, "Look, man, I hope everything works," because I somehow got it to work. So. But yeah, that's the only downfall, is like every once in a while, like that's what I was talking about earlier when I said that I get so consumed with something, and like I just like need to fix it. Like he even told me like I could just send it back broken, and I still continue to work on it. So, and he was getting kind of impatient with me, but yeah, so I got it to work though, so I'm happy about that. I mean, it definitely satisfied a like a 2-week rage, I guess, with that controller. Yeah, I don't do switches anymore. I did do switches for a little while, but I was just not all that successful, and I wouldn't say it was like technically all me that was the reason behind that. A lot of them would, you know, customers would call me and tell me like, hey, it's not charging or something, and then they bring it in, and it's like the CPU's crushed or something, or like it's just always something else. So I just stopped working on them. not only that, but it just like time wise, like I said before, I do everything so quick, so I like quick turnarounds. 'Cause that keeps me personally more consistent with my business. Because if I like do things that take too long, then I eventually get really irritated and just stop working on them, and then people get mad at me. So I kind of learned from that mistake, and well, a little bit. I just told you the story about the PS5 controller, but I think I'm busy enough with the PS5s. Yeah, yeah. I will say, yeah, I'm fairly busy with these. I get a lot of Xbox Series X's too, but the thing with those ones is, for some reason, I get them in like droves, like just waves. Where like randomly, like I'll get like 5 or 6 of them in one day, and then I'll get like no more for like 2 weeks. It's really strange. It always works like that too with the Xbox Series X's. I do have to say that my HDMI repair looks a lot better than whoever did this last time. Not to brag or anything. Hopefully they won't have any more problems. Over. Slip them down a little bit. Yeah, let that sit there for a second. Oof. Yeah, this is the only downfall here. It's just waiting for the board to cool down. It makes me so impatient. I get like an itch. How long have I been on here? Let's see. An hour and 37 minutes. And I've gone through 3 of these now. So yeah, I mean that's about 30 minutes per, even with like turnaround time, with like checking customers out and then waiting for the next one to come in and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But you can see now like how I can get so many of these in and out, especially during the winter time. And that's why people come to me. How's it going? Yeah, so the port, it just was like poorly put on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it should be good.
I figured because I was like, I know if it was the same thing that was messed up with the game, but messed up with my computer, they're both messed up. And
Where'd you take it to?
see, I was saying Hazelton South Carolina, so I just took it to this little place in Walmart mine.
Oh, in a Walmart there?
Yeah, but my son, he did some research the other day, and I think this place had like good reviews and stuff, so I said, bring it up here, Mom.
You said this place had good reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah. I live off of those reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He came and shoved the phone in his face, like, take it here. I was like, well, I'm thinking, I'm gonna take it here. So I just made an extra trip.
Yeah, the thing is those little cutouts in Walmart and stuff like that, they typically work on like phones and stuff more often, so whenever they work on this stuff, it's kind of out of their realm. So he didn't do like a terrible job, he just didn't do like a good job, so.
Yeah, I'm going to bring my computer up here. You do computers?
I don't, unfortunately.
No?
Yeah, I specialize in these consoles, so.
Okay. Yeah, because my laptop, I was going to replace my screen, but it went out after a while too. See, I could hook it up with HDMI to the TV and it shows the fire.
With the screen? When did you get it done? Does that guy have like a warranty or something?
No.
No? Really? Huh. That's kind of what, even for a screen? I mean, even when you buy those screens, like even the companies that you buy them from, most of the time they have a warranty. So like as a repair person, you can just like contact them and say, hey, I need a new screen.
And yeah, those only for 2 weeks.
Get them for 2 weeks? Yeah. That kind of tells you something right there, though.
Yeah, but see, I ain't never had the getting up and feet right there and everything.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not ever know.
They suck. Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna let them damn money.
Yeah, yeah.
How much is it?
Nice. 3 for 3. It's 135 using cash. This is it right here. You can come take a look.
Okay.
It's good to go. I do recommend laying it down just like this though. If it stood up, it's gonna break again.
Alright,
It's a
so
guarantee
lay it
it'll
down?
break again.
Okay.
So lay down where this drive is on the bottom and this logo is facing up. If the console is moved at all, I do recommend that you carefully pull the HDMI cord out
Mhm.
and then move the console, because if you leave that in, it'll break it.
I'll tell
So,
him.
okay.
I'll tell him, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Here. Just keep that. And
Are you sure?
yes,
Oh, I appreciate that.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Nice
so much.
And quick.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, you take care.
I will definitely send anybody else your way.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Adam.
You're welcome. All right. Oh boy. Finally, I get a break, right? Finally, I get a break. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. No repairs. Sorry. Don't have any right now. I just fixed 3. And 3 consoles back to back, so. Try to fix them as quick as possible. Do a good job on them. Never want people to come back, but if they do want to come back, I hope that they come back to me. That's pretty much how it works. Maybe I'll go live like this, cause I'm gonna start doing this more often. Maybe I'll go live like this and play some games. Play some games on here. But I'll play it like this though, not like to where it's just like the full like game on here, but you know, play it to where you can like see the console. Cause look at this. Come on, I still have this. I was trying to sell it, and people have like contacted me about it too, but I can't get rid of it. I like it. I like it too much. I made that. I made it. It's a piece of art. Beautiful piece of art. And get this VR treadmill set up too. I was thinking about selling it, but I don't know if you've seen these before. Let me get this set up the way you can see it. There you go. It's like that's like the thing that you strap in, and then that's like the treadmill part of it. I thought about keeping it, but I'm not too sure. Cause I might just sell it, right? What do I need that for? I don't even have a VR. Don't even have a VR. Alright. I will be back in a little bit. You looking for me?
I think so.
Okay. What are you trying to get fixed on them?
Yes. How you doing, sir?
Good. Alright. What's wrong with them?
This new bike have drift.
Stick drift? Okay.
Mhm. And I think I messaged with you how much is the cost for replace the joystick.
So we replaced both of them in here
Mhm.
with better parts so that you can like recalibrate them like on a computer. I'll show you right here.
This only have 5 months. But
Yeah,
my, my daughter play a lot of drift.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised it lasted 5 months because
Mhm.
most controllers don't. So these are like the ones that I use, right? These are they're called Hall effects. So they're magnetic.
Magnetic,
Yeah. So these are the ones that I put in there. It's 55 each controller.
Each.
So yeah. So I put 2 of them in there, 55.
Mhm. And if I do both, this one,
Yeah. So it'd be 55 each. Yeah.
55 por cada control. Arreglarlo. Vale 100. Can you check this one how bad is the drift?
Yeah. You want me to check it out?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Debería
Real
arreglar
quick.
el que traía el nene y ese blanco déjaselo a la Katie.
And how long take replace?
Usually I can get them done in like I would say 45 minutes each.
45 minutes
Each.
each.
But that's like if everything goes to plan, right? Because sometimes it takes a little bit longer depending on like how bad it is, or like even sometimes like whenever I'm installing them, like something else can happen. So
Oh, quinto cálmese. Tanto por
Es que le va,
oh, it's twitchy. Yeah, it's so you can see here. So you see how like you barely touch it and it's like jumping over like that.
Mm-hmm.
See that, and it's just going on its own occasionally. See that? So yeah, it definitely has it.
Right.
Yeah, the right one's not too bad, but the left one is definitely. Oh, the right one is pretty bad actually. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely has drift. So, but it's up to you if you want to do both or just one.
Okay, check it out.
Voy a tu phone.
Ay, nena.
Dame.
Yeah, that one's.
I like.
Yeah, that one's way off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent though, which means I mean that's pretty common though for players and what games that they play. So.
Yeah, I'm doing both.
You want to do both? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll be sign them in right here.
Yeah.
La Kelly siempre los va a volver a arruinar.
Yo tengo uno allá, para la Kaylee. Allá quedó uno, blanco. One question.
Yeah.
This little girl in here sometimes play, but sometimes push like this, the joystick. Can be again half drift when you replace that thing, no?
You said what now? It can't what?
If you replace this,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably that can I have drift in the future? No? No
You
more?
can, but the good thing about these, and why I only use these, is that you can plug them up to the computer, and you can recalibrate them. I'll show you right here.
Mhm.
There's this program right here. Maybe the computer's a little slow right now. This is the program right here. You just plug it up like I had it there. You just plug this in, you connect it, and then once you do that, you can actually just press a button and it'll fix it for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm. The only time that they actually break is like if they snap or anything like that.
La Kelly por eso es que arruina las cosas, me va pegando está al teléfono. Que porque no tiene.
But I mean, if you like banging on it hard, it's gonna break. It's almost a guarantee. So.
How you give guarantee in this?
Warranty?
Mhm.
No, I
No.
don't do warranties for those.
Okay.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just because anything can happen. Some people like throw their controllers and stuff, so it's you never know.
Today is 22, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, and I'll give you a call when they're ready.
Yes, 704-299-9834.
Gotcha.
Jose.
All right, I got you,
Do
Jose.
you accept a debit card?
Yeah, I take card. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vamos, let's go. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
20 pesos voy a pagar hoy.
Play a game called How Bad is the HDMI Damage? Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. I need to get a VR. My friend has one, and I tried using it, and man, I got like motions. I started like walking, and in real life, I started like walking, and I almost ran into something because it's just so weird for me. I'll be right back though. I gotta. Just trying to use the restroom when they walk in, so I'll be right back. Oh, they forgot a book here. I gotta take to them. Oops. Ugh, all right. Looks like we got some bonus work today. So I thought I was only gonna have consoles, but it turns out we're gonna have controllers too. I don't eat Taco Bell, by the way, so just to let you know, I haven't had Taco Bell in like months, and that cup is really old, so don't judge me though. Don't judge me. So we got some bonus. We got controllers. Let's go. See, I hope that kind of helped you too. Whoever's watching this, if you have your own business or if you want to start your own or something like that. How much do I charge for replacing both sticks? So I do like per controller. So like if they only have like the left ones were the only ones drifting on this. But the thing is I replace both of them. I don't just replace one at all. So I do 55 per controller, which I like looked up. It's like kind of like the market price, I guess, or something like that. Like it's kind of like a typical price. I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty good. I would say though that once I tell him that these ones like they're like drift resistant and stuff like that. He wanted to get this one done for sure, maybe this one, but you know once he found out that these ones are like drift resistant, then then he wanted to do this one too. So it's definitely a good way to get somebody to lock in, right? Yeah, for the controllers though, I don't offer warranties because people are very destructive. Like for consoles, I do. Especially because I charge more for the consoles, so I definitely offer a warranty for those. But when it comes to the controllers, I don't. Because again, you never know what people will do. Playing Jenga here. All right, let's get these controllers fixed here. I didn't bring any lunch today. I'm starving right now. I'm just talking about that Taco Bell. Just kidding. I can't even eat fast food anymore. Good pricing considering you're putting Hall effects. So yeah, I know that's what I say too. I feel like it's like a really good price, $55. I feel like that's really good, honestly. Yeah, makes perfect sense. It does, right? It does make perfect sense. But yeah, I used to like mod controllers and stuff too. I actually sold. This might sound like bragging. I don't want it to sound like bragging, but I sold like a modded controller that I modded, right? Like I modded everything about it. I sold it for quite a bit. Yeah, I had fun doing that. I'm gonna start doing it again. I actually found out that they have like rapid fire mods that you can buy and install yourself on these controllers, which they've had, I guess, for like 3 or 4 years, I guess, or ever since the PS5 came out. Which I didn't even know. I didn't know that was even a thing, and I could have been doing it this whole time. But yeah, I may start modding controllers again. 30 per controller to fix the issues. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I looked up like the market before. Like, there's people who like go on Facebook Marketplace and they try to like advertise on there. I always report them though, because taking my business. I'm just kidding. I haven't reported them in a long time. It just sucks because obviously I pay for advertisement and stuff like that, and these people get like free advertisement on there. But yeah, a lot of people go on Facebook Marketplace and they'll like post like, oh, I do Hall effects for $35 or something like that. And so it's whatever though, because I don't really like working on controllers, but I just do it because it's such an demand. Oh, there's no clips on this one. Is this a 040? Oh, it's 050? What the heck? I don't. 050M? What is this? I never worked on this one before. That's crazy. Am I still doing custom systems? No. No, I still have the one that I customized, but I'm not doing that. I would do it, but it's just, yeah, I'm not too sure. Let's move over here. I would do it if there was like a bigger market for it, but I guess I was the one who was making the market though, so. You work on scuff and modded controllers? Yeah. They suck. Yeah. Yeah, no, for scuff, like scuff, Battle Beaver, all those controllers, like if they want Hall effects put in, I actually charge more, so I actually charge 70. Just because it obviously takes more time, so, and you know, I have to undo like I think Battle Beaver is the one that has like all the wires, like they use these wires, and then Scuff, like they have like ribbon cables, and then yeah, it's just a lot of like disassembling and reassembling and stuff, and so I charge more for those ones just because it takes longer. A ton of different revisions. Yeah, I know. I've never seen a 050M though. I don't think I've ever seen a 050. I think the newest I've seen is like the 040. So he must have just bought this controller. Well, he said he's had it for 5 months, so I guess ever since then. But yeah, those modded controllers definitely take longer to work on, so I charge more for those. Now, some people want like TMRs and stuff too, which I do offer. But those ones are, for a normal controller, it's 65. And then for a modded controller, it's, I think I charge like 80 for TMRs. Just because they're more expensive, like the actual part itself. And I don't order those ones in bulk, like I order Hall effects in bulk, but I don't order TMRs in bulk. Hey, what do I do with my good tweezers? Where'd they go? Oh, here they are. You're only as good as your tweezers. All right. Maybe I'll put some new thumbsticks on them for him too. So it looks like, especially on this one, I'm definitely gonna put a new thumbstick on there. This one looks alright though. That one's beat. Definitely have to put a new one on there. Alright, we're gonna move this box out of the way. Oh, I never cleaned out my little plunger. I have to clean that out. Alright, this is gonna be a hard thing. So I was doing controllers the other day on live, and it would not focus on the board at all. So I'm gonna see if I can get it to focus. But I'm not sure it will. Alright. And then once I have my flux on there, I like putting my own solder on just to make it easier for me to take it off. Makes the melting point lower. Heat is your friend and heat is also your enemy when it comes to these boards. You can get it pretty hot, pretty quick. But you can also destroy it getting it too hot, too quick, or knocking components off. Always gotta be careful. Alright, took that first one off. That was pretty, yeah, see, I never cleaned out my plunger tool the other day, so it's probably gonna start spitting solder everywhere again. Hopefully it doesn't, though. It makes it so much more to clean up. But sometimes, like, it's so busy, like I am today, that I just don't have time to, yeah, see some spit out right there. Thankfully, it didn't go back into one of the holes because it would have just melted again. Been stuck in there. The only downfall of using the heat gun like I do is it can warp this board, and because this board is so small, if it warps too much, then it can cause some problems with like calibration and stuff like that. But I've got it down to where it doesn't really cause me any issues anymore. So you can see right here, it kind of melted some of the old analog on there. So what I do is I use a wooden Q-tip, contrary to my plastic Q-tips. And I just heat the board up right there. Watch this. Watch this. It's gonna look messy though. Watch. Try to make it look clean, but it's probably gonna look messy here. There's only 2 capacitors on this one. There's not 3. Surprised. Alright, I'm just gonna rub those spots. They don't have to be perfect, they just have to be pretty level. So that right there is pretty good. It's not going to cause any issues or anything like that. Normally there's a capacitor like right here, but I guess this version doesn't have it. It just has those 2 right there, which is good. It's less to knock off, because I was going to say you have to be careful with that one, but it's not even there, so don't have to worry about it. That was impressive. Thanks. Yeah, I've worked on so many of these controllers, and I just tried to find like the most effective way to do it, you know, in a quick manner, I guess. And most people, like, they use like a soldering iron, and they just take off the potentiometers, not the whole analog. They just take out the potentiometers here and try to do it that way. But for me, it's not efficient. It's not efficient time-wise, and it's not efficient part-wise. I don't see the point in keeping old parts on when you could just replace them with newer, better parts. No one will see it. Yeah. Yeah, right. It's true. Yeah, I just get the plastic off, or the melted plastic that comes with like the analog coming off. I get that off of there because it can cause the new analogs to not sit straight. So look, I think the light is making it focus over here again. Oh, that's a pretty good angle. Hopefully it stays clear like that. What was I saying? Oh, the plastic that's melted on there after I take off the analog, if I put new analogs on, they won't be straight, like they won't sit flat. So even when like I calibrate them, it'll, like if it's leaning to one side, it'll still, like it'll register to that side too quick, right? So even if it's like zeroed out and everything and it has no drift, but it's like leaning left, then it'll register leaning left too quick when you move the analog, and it'll register like leaning right like too slow. So that's why you definitely gotta take it off if you're gonna do it this way. It's not like it causes like a huge difference though, it's just a little bit. But I'd take it off anyway, it's just because I don't want to leave it on there. And I get my heat gun pretty close, which the other day I said I get it this close because it's quicker. So, see, I can get that port off really quick, or not port, but the analog. I get it off really quick if I get it closer. So, like I said, heat is your friend and it's also your enemy at the same time. If you have heat on this too long, like I said, it'll warp. So, definitely want to keep as much heat off as possible. So if you can take the analog off faster, let's fall on me. If you can turn the analog off faster, or take it off faster, then it's less likely to cause warping. Just move some of the solder away from the holes here so it doesn't go back in. Alright. What's up, NB Gaming? I replaced the pots, but it doesn't take me very long to do one, and it takes me forever to do the whole stick. Physical alignment. Yeah. I know, that's why I just do it this way, right? So I'm all about time. And it's just I use the heat gun because for me it works best, right? It's quick, it's effective. And I've messed up enough of these controllers. Like I have like a huge box of PS5 controllers that I just messed up. You know, working on them and stuff like that, just to see how quick I could get things taken care of. And that's pretty much how it works, right? You just trial and error. You definitely trial and error yourself before you do it on other people's stuff too. And that's what I do. So I'll actually buy a bunch of controllers, like used controllers and stuff like that, and just fix them up or just work on them a little bit. Alright, I need a new Q-tip. That one's starting to fry, which means it's not lifting any of the plastic up. There we go. Yeah, thankfully that other capacitor isn't there because it'd be knocked off. There we go. Oh wait, it wouldn't be because it's over here. Alright. Yep. Yeah, so now that we got all that plastic off, it's a nice flat surface. Yeah, you can tell the warping on it too if you just look at it from like this end. So, not warped. If it was warped, it usually bends like perfectly, like right here. It'll like bend these this way, and in the middle will be like warped that way. That's what it typically does, but obviously didn't warp it because I've been doing this so many times. So now we just need to wait for it to cool down a little bit. And while it's cooling down, go ahead and get the analogs. These ones are kind of different from the other ones that I ordered before. I don't really know what the difference is, to be honest. I just know that they work well, and the other ones I had before also worked well. And it's funny too because I used to get calls back in the past if I used like the regular these ones. If I used these ones and installed them, people would call me after like a couple weeks and be like, "Hey, what the like my controller's drifting again." But these ones haven't got a single call back. Not one single call. Is crazy. And that's what I was hoping for, and that's why I work on them now. And didn't previously work on them. Alright. I might get some flux on here while it's still a little warm. That way it just evenly goes on. Something on this side. While it's still a little warm. Flux on there. Yeah. Alright. Let's see how it's doing. It's cooling down a little bit. Just gotta make it. I say like just wait until it's you can like touch it with your fingers and it's not like too hot. You know what I'm saying? Like not to where it like burns you, but just to where it's like warm-ish. That should be good right there because you don't want the new analogs to melt, which I've also done. Some of these come with all these pins bent here. Just gotta put them all back in line. Let's see if that'll plug in there. Boom, just like that. Alright, so my trick with this is to solder 1 foot. So this is a foot here. Solder 1, then hold it down on this side. And then wait for it to solidify. Now, I'm going to do a foot on the opposite side. And hold it down on that side until it solidifies. And then we can make sure that that's laying flat. Move this. Yeah, so you can see here that it's flat against the board. It's not like up on one side or anything, because like I said, it messes with the calibration a little bit if it's not perfect. I can get this more over towards my fume extractor here. Don't want to breathe this in. Alright, looks like each one of those pins is secured. Now I can do the other side. Check the pins on this one. Alright, that one's stuck in there nice too. Gosh, what is it focusing on? Is it focusing on this? Must be. Let's angle this a little more. Maybe if we go higher. That's a little better. Is it? I don't even know if it is. Yeah, same thing as before. 1 foot first. Get that solder on there. Hold it down. And then do opposite side. Solder that down. Hold that side down. And make sure that it's level. Yep. Nice and level against the board there. And we could solder each one of those down. Gotta get close to my fume extractor there. Oh, come on. Alright, looks like each one of those pins are nice and secured now. Just make sure, sometimes if you don't use enough flux, the solder will like connect to the pin but not go through the board. So, but these look good. Look how straight that is. Yeah, it's almost perfect. Cool. Yeah, that's simple as that. Alright. Now we can start putting everything back together for this controller. Get all these wires out of the way here. Let's slide this in. Wait, did I take out? Oh, I did take it out. I almost forgot that part right there. Almost forgot it. Alright. Never remember which way this goes in. Can't tell you how many times I've put a controller all the way back together and then had to disconnect it just to put that part back in. When that one's just sitting in there and then. Alright. So we'll plug these ribbon connectors in just to hold the board in together a little bit. Side ones won't really do anything, but yeah, there's no clips, I guess, on the 050M. There's no clips holding this board in, so it must just be that one screw, which makes it kind of challenging because the board wants to push out. Wires get connected sometimes, so yeah. Oh, I didn't let it sit long enough. There we go. Alright. What are these wires put in? Now we can put the controller back together here. Thank goodness for this magnetic bit though. Because if you go to put these screws on here, sometimes they can actually fall in here. I don't think the gap's big enough on this one. It might be though, but I had a screw fall through here. I was trying to use it the other day, and I think something's magnetic. It's probably the rumble motor or whatever inside of there, and actually like stole the screw from me. It sucked it completely inside the controller. I had to disassemble the controller again to get it back out. It's pretty frustrating. Alright, should we plug it up and see how off it is? If it's too far off, I may have to disassemble the controller and do it manually, but if it's not, then I should be able to just plug it up and calibrate it fairly quick. Let's see. Alright, let's move it over here. Alright. Controller number 1. Let's go ahead and get this connected here. Connect. Oh, it's not bad. It's actually not bad at all. It would still register as drift though, because that's at 0.1. Oh, I don't think you can see that. I gotta move over to the side of the hair. Oh, you can see it. It's just blurry. But that registers at 0.1, so. And they used to have a thing where you click on this and you'd have to like follow the instructions and stuff like that. It'll tell you like bring it up to the left, bring it up to the right, anything like that. But now you just press it and it calibrates it on its own. Isn't that crazy? And then you just save the changes and it's good. Look at that. Look at that. That is nuts. I always keep this other one open just to test like how good it is. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, this is almost exactly spot on. So I always tell people that as long as this number here, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of too blurry, but as long as this number here is under 0.1, then it shouldn't register. If it's like 0.09 something, then it'll probably register a little bit, but yeah, if it's under 0.1, it won't register. As you can see, this is 0.0039. So this is even way better. Like this is incredible compared to before. So, well, that's, you know, it's new technology here, and this is why I only put the Hall effects in too, so that I get the same result every single time. That one's good. Now we're gonna go on to the second controller here. Man, I am starving. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go get some grilled chicken or something from the grocery store. So I'm starving. I thought nobody was gonna come in at noon. I was wrong. I even said that. Remember that? I said no one's gonna come in. It's gonna stop and then pick up in the late afternoon. But hopefully these controllers will be the last thing that I do for a little bit, so I can go get something to eat, and then leave early, right? That's what I like doing. That's the best thing about running your own little business, right? You get to leave early. Get to play hooky. I love being with my kids. So if I can leave early, I'm gonna leave early. Oh, also on my YouTube channel, I have a video where I hooked a DeWalt battery up to one of those like electric cars. You know, like the kid ride-on cars. I have one where I just like hooked up a DeWalt battery. The parts are so inexpensive too. The crazy thing is I got that electric car thing for free. That's right, for free. And it didn't like have the batteries or anything, and I just clipped the cables on it, and then I bought those connectors where you can like connect the DeWalt batteries. And they were two of them were like $15 or something like that. And I was like, man, I might as well just get two just in case if I want to get, because I have 4 kids. So I was like, I might as well get two just in case if I want to get another electric ride-on car and hook it up. There has been like free ones, but I just haven't taken anyone up on it yet. Plus they take up a lot of space. The one that I did like modify already is like huge. It's like big. So it takes up a lot of space in the garage, but there is like a little bit of like weird discoloration on this ribbon cable here, and it looks like some, I don't know what this is. I've seen it before in the controllers. It's not like uncommon. I think it's like some liquid or something like that. I don't know. I've seen that in there before. This is obviously one of the older controllers. This is BDM010. This is like the OG controller here. This one probably came with the console. Yeah, we gotta replace these analogs too. Well, not analogs, but the sticks. That stick's not bad. We're definitely gonna replace this one. Because that is beat. Torn up. I have like these metal ones. I'm not gonna put those on there. I think I'm gonna modify a controller and put these metal ones on it. Maybe when I do the rapid fire controller, I'll put these metal ones on. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, let me make sure I have. Okay, I do have sticks back here. Oh no, there goes the Taco Bell cup. I should probably throw that away. I'm gonna throw it away. You guys are right. You told me to clean up. I cleaned up just for you. Just kidding. No one told me to clean up, but we can clean up for you. Alright. We do have new analog sticks here. Or not analog sticks, but just the sticks. Boom. So, I'm not going to charge anything for that because they came with like some old kits that I ordered just like the either TMRs or some of the Hall effects with. They just like came with a kit, so I just kind of throw them on if people have too worn out sticks or anything. You can tell that this is one of the older controllers too because it has these rubber hole things here, which they don't put on the newer ones. There's a hair in there. Gross. Alright. Now we can go ahead and desolder the wires on this one. Wait, it looks like it has some different solder on those wires there. Maybe this thing's been worked on before. Not sure. There's one. There's two. Yeah, it's definitely been worked on before. Or at least that's been disconnected at some point. Turn it around here. This one's off. Boom. Right. Now, the good thing about this being a original controller is it's less likely to cause any problems. when putting on the Hall effects. It's gonna have a higher success rate, I guess you could say. Don't know why, it just works out like that. So, alright. Same thing, flux, some flux. We'll get our solder on here. Nice. All right. I need to clean this thing out. It's gonna make a huge mess, I already can tell. Yep, there it goes, making a mess. No. Why is that not coming out? What the heck? That's strange. Alright, that was weird. It might have just had like too much solder in it or something. I don't know what the heck just happened with that. Yeah, I don't know what this crap is around this. I wonder if that's this one's flux. I wonder if that's a kind of flux. I think it is. Yeah, I think that might actually be, yeah. I don't know why I haven't caught on to that before. I think that's another flux from somewhere else. That would make a lot of sense. Because, I mean, obviously I could tell that the rumble motors have been disconnected before. See, this always throws me off about the 010 controllers. Is the capacitors that are on there, they put solder right here on this point. So you think that there's a capacitor there that may have fallen off, but there's not one there. You can tell by this side because there's solder right here too. And there's no capacitor there. Really tricky with that. Alright. That's not too bad. I don't think that's raised up. I guess it is a hair, but that should be alright. It's not going to cause any problems. No, it's all pretty level. Alright. I'll flip this around. Do the same thing over here. Dang, I hate when it does that. It's like super focused on my table right here. There we go. That's good enough. Hopefully it stays like that. You can see that there's a little bit of hair on there, which will cause problems too, but I hate how blurry the camera focus is. I wonder if I use like one of those streaming apps and just hook it up to my YouTube. I wonder if the camera quality would be better, because this phone has a really good camera on it. I bet it would be better. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I'll have to try it on my personal YouTube first. Or my non-working YouTube, I should say. That came out pretty easy. Yeah, I need to do something about this plunger. This thing is not... Yeah, look how much it's spitting out. The crazy thing is I have more of these. I don't know why I don't. I have multiple up here. Oh jeez, look, just like put a bunch of crap on there. I think that's good. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, this has to be like flux or something. Yeah, because look how stuck on that is. That would make a lot of sense. I seriously don't know why I haven't caught on to that before. Strange. Oh, come on, don't be all crooked on me. There you go. There we go. I'll have to use a new Q-tip this time, because that last time that one was frustrating. Wasn't taking anything off. Yeah, it looks like the flux went through these holes actually to this side of the board. That's gotta be what it is. Yep. That looks good. Nice flat surface there. Smooth enough to put a new analog on. Now we just gotta wait for it to cool down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't figured out that that's flux. I kind of feel dumb now. So I've opened so many of these. Hey, who's this? Man, somebody call me? Oh, I hate when scammers do that. Man, I'll tell you what. Once your phone is up on a business, like once you have like a business site and stuff like that, they freaking harass you like crazy. Ooh, hopefully it's cooled down enough now. Let's see. Nope, still too hot. Gotta wait till that cools down more. Might be able to go to the other side though. Get the flux on there while it's still warm. That way it's smooths out good. Alright, now we gotta get some, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's ready. Get our new analogs here. Thankfully these ones aren't as bent up as the last ones are. The last ones are pretty bent, but there was no issue. Spin back. Well, I say that and then it's... No, don't tell me there's too much solder in that foothole. Oh, great. Oh, brother. I think this hole has too much solder in it, but I'm not quite sure. We'll try it again. Oh, perfect. Never mind. Yeah, hopped right in. Alright, so it did have some solder in it, but it's alright. Now it's just holding it in for us. Makes it a little bit easier. I'm gonna put this on. Alright, got that side. Get this side. Just make sure that's on there flat. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. There's 1, 2. All right. I got that one soldered in. Looks good. Now we do the other side. Oh, see, this one's bent up a little more. That's alright, we just bend them back in place. And should pop right in. Yep. Perfect. Once again, there's like a very little bit of solder that's barely hanging on in there. Alright, make sure that one's in there flat. Yeah, that looks good. Yup. And solder all these points. We'll be done with the second one. The controller I was working on the other day would not accept the solder for some reason. Kind of like this. Ugh. When it bridges like that, it gets so annoying. There we go. There we go. Alright, now all those points are soldered. Double check them. Yep, both of those look good. Now we can put them back in the controller. Got a new analog here. Slide it in. Oh, can't forget the rubber feet here. Rubber through hole feet. It's not like these things really do that much, but just put it back on anyways. Almost done with these controllers. Nice. Perfect. Now you just put it back on here. Alright. Almost done. Then I can go to lunch. Better go to lunch. Hopefully everything works with this controller. Ugh. Fingers aren't working. There we go. Alright. Just get a couple screws put in here. Nice. Everything feels good, so hopefully it all works out. R1, L1. Alright, let's go calibrate. Let's go calibrate. Go back to our calibration tool here. Get this one connected. Please be good. Please be good. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, yeah. Cool. Doesn't have quadrant drift. No, what? What is that doing? See? Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. See, what is that? Oh, you know what? It's probably stick center or stick range. Let me try that. Hate when this happens. Let's see. Hopefully that fixed the issue. Yes, it did. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. Look how snappy that is. All the way back. That is perfect. Alright, let's test it out on this one just to make sure everything looks good on here. And that it's saved. My computer's so slow here. Need to get a new one. Yep, everything looks great. Oh, awesome. Now I can finally go get lunch. Thanks for watching. I'm all done streaming for today. That's 3 hours. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'll probably be on more throughout the week. So, good job. Thanks, man. You too. Have a good day. See ya.